Once upon a time, there was a great king, King Vikram Aditya. Let's just call him King Vikram, shall we? He was a just and kind ruler, and people from all over would come to seek his advice, to ask for his help, or to just give him a gift, in order to be in his good books. That happened too. Once, a grandly dressed merchant came in, carrying a large tray covered with a cloth. A courtier rushed across, eager to please, picked up the cloth to reveal an apple. The king was, however, gracious. He accepted it. In fact, when the merchant asked him to take good care of the apple, he even agreed to do so. But it was a confusion, a question that played in the king. Why an apple? The next day, the merchant turned up again with another fruit, and the next day, and this went on for 7 days. This greatly mystified the king and all the court members. On the 8th day, the merchant presented a plum. The king absent-mindedly picked it up, was walking along, and accidentally dropped it. A monkey immediately picked up the splotched plum, ate the flesh, and threw away the seed. However, it was not a seed. It sparkled in the sun. It was crimson red. It was a blood red ruby of great value. The king immediately called for all the other fruits, had it cut up, and from each of them sprung up a beautiful precious stone of immense value. The merchant was called over to ask him how did he have so much wealth and how did he manage to get the precious stones inside the fruit. Your Highness, I am not a merchant. My name is Shaitanish, and I can conjure up anything. I can conjure up precious stones and set them inside fruits, and that's how I gave you those gifts. But you see, I have such great powers, but I need more, and for that I need your help. If you can get me something that I need, in turn I can make you the most powerful and the richest king in the world. King Vikram agreed. He promised that he would help and said, "What do you need?" Shaitanish said, "Come at midnight outside the city to the crematorium where the bodies are burned. Come alone." Now King Vikram, he had promised, and besides he was brave, so he went there at midnight alone. What does he see? Shaitanish is in another avatar altogether. He is naked except for a loincloth made out of leopard skin. His body is covered in ash. His hair is standing upright in spikes, giant spikes, and at the end of every spike is a burning ember, smoke billowing out of it. His eyes are bloodshot red, and his teeth are dirty brown with a green tinge on it. He laughs and says, "Welcome, King Vikram. Here's what I want you to do for me. Go to the jungle next door, and from there get me a dead body that is hung on a tree." Now King Vikram had promised, and besides he was brave, so he went into the jungle, somehow managed to find this tree. It was a tamarind tree, twisted and gnarled, but on top of the tree was a dead body. King Vikram immediately climbed up, cut down the rope, got the corpse down, but the moment the corpse touched the ground, it immediately went back up again. King Vikram climbed back again. Again the corpse went back up, and he tried again and again and again. Finally, King Vikram was at his wit's end. When he was completely tired, the dead body spoke up. "Allow me to introduce myself. I am Betal. I'm a vampire, and this body that you're trying to take away, that's my house, and I can't let you take that away." King Vikram was furious. leave this body right now. I need to take this to Shaitanish and fulfill my vow. Betal refused to leave the body. But he said, I don't mind coming with you. I will come with you to Shaitanish. You can take me in this body. However, I have one condition. I will keep telling you stories, one after the other. However, at the end of it, I will ask you a question. If you answer it correctly, I will go back to the tree. But otherwise, I will keep continuing to accompany you. King Vikram was stunned. This is a strange condition. So easy, all he had to do was keep his mouth shut. And so he agreed. And that is how started the adventure of King Vikram and the Vampire. This is a book that has been written by Natasha Sharma. It's based on these old folk tales, in fact nearly 1,000-year-old, called the Betal Pachisi. It was written by Somdev. But what Natasha has done is she's added her own tadka, added her own masala, and made this a delectable dish that is a must read. What it has is 11 different stories, and each of these stories has at the end of it a question. There are choices to be made. There are fools, there are kings, there are queens, there are husbands, there are wives, but all of them have a choice to make. And what the vampire, what Betal would do at the end of the story is he would ask a question. He would ask a question. Now, did Vikram answer that question? Or did he keep quiet and did he continue to hear the stories? That is what you can find out by logging in to the Getlitt app or going to getlitt.co and search for Natasha Sharma's Vikram and the Vampire and read the rest of the stories. There are 11 amazing stories with a question at the end. And what's important is if you can figure out the answer of that before it is revealed. My name is Saurin Desai. I'm your storyteller. Goodbye.